Hi guys, and hello from the apartment. So I want to do a different kind of a video today. I want to give a apartment update tour because I haven't done one of those in kind of a long time. And if you don't know, Brennan and I moved in together back in April, and a lot of things happened, a lot of things that kind of kept me busy. I went to New York, I went to Tennessee, and my family's come down to visit, and I also do videos for my brother's company, so that always consistently keeps me busy in addition to my job and Brennan's job. So getting the apartment where we want it to be has been, it's been a journey, you know, and it's mostly been my stuff that I need to kind of sort through and get rid of. And it's been a project, but it's been a slow one and a very fun one for the most part. And when we moved in together, we had a lot of duplicate stuff. We had multiple couches and just a lot of things that we really needed to, mostly me again, needed to go through. And because a couple of friends of ours came into town recently, Kenneth and Kylie, and we took them to Disney the other day, and they were in town because there was a big football game kind of here in Orlando this weekend, and we actually, Brennan and I met up with my friends Jorge and Kelly yesterday, and we all just had like a really cool friend day. Jorge and Kelly, I visited them a few months ago. They were pregnant with their baby. They've since had that baby, and his name is Daniel, and he is the most adorable, adorable baby. And I got to meet him and just spend the entire day with him yesterday. And just for his privacy's sake, I'm not gonna put anything in, or pictures or videos in the video here. So whenever Jorge and Kelly are feeling comfortable with that, then he's gonna be like the center of attention because he is the most adorable baby. And I'm going off on a tangent because this baby is cute, and you'll see him one day, I hope so. But so Kylie and Kenneth were in town, and because they were in town, it kind of forced us to expedite the situation here, forced me to kind of clean all of my stuff up. So the spare bedroom that we've had for a while now is finally like clean, and the spare bathroom is clean, and not that they haven't been clean, but everything's been organized and put away, and it's presentable. So for the first time in a long time, I want to show off the apartment and be very proud of how it is currently. There's still a lot of stuff that we need to do to get everything to feel fully moved in, and to feel like this is fully our, you know, apartment, mostly when it comes to just kind of decorations on the walls and that sort of a thing. And I guess color choices when it comes to rugs, like in the kitchen and in the hallway and everything. But for the most part, everything is really, really good. And I'm gonna show you that now. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip the camera around and get to the apartment tour. Hooray. Okay, so I'm gonna try to keep this all one take because right now it's about 5:45 and I have to make it over to Michael's craft store to pick up some craft supplies by 7 o'clock. So this is the kitchen. Nothing has really changed too much about the kitchen for the most part. We're still trying to figure out this island situation here and the best way to kind of decorate that. We have a couple rugs in here. We aren't too committed with the color scheme in here, so we're definitely open to try new rugs and to try to commit to a specific color for the kitchen. We still have all of those mugs on the wall, and then all of the Mickey and Minnie ears kind of lining the top up there. So the kitchen's pretty good. Pretty proud of the kitchen. Been trying to keep it as clean as possible and organized, and that's been really serving us well. I did this the other day. I put up a couple of Brennan's decorations and these fleur-de-lis, I guess very complimentary decorations here to the kitchen, kind of like the darker brown tones and whatnot. And hey, look who it is, it's Varley. Hey bud. He's just been kind of sitting here watching me do my thing. You doing okay? You guys haven't seen Varley in kind of a long time, have you? He's just been doing his best, just hanging out, meowing at 5 in the morning every day. There you go, good boy. All right, so this is the guest bedroom. I don't think I've really shown this one too much at all because everything that we had kind of ended up in here as we were trying to get the other rooms kind of ready and organized. And if you saw my old room, then you can probably tell that this is pretty much my old room, just kind of repurposed into the guest bedroom. I have a couple Harry Potter posters on the wall up there, and these are all my guitars. There's my desk over there with my millions of lightsabers, and then these are all posters that I've made for myself kind of throughout the years. Very simple and modest guest bedroom in here, but pretty, I think, reasonably spacey. This is the look out of the window out here onto the balcony and our little lake kind of right out there. But yeah, we have an actual guest bedroom, and Kenneth and Kylie used this bed for the very first time. And again, them coming to visit us made me like try super fast to just organize everything and put everything into the closets, into organizing into bins and Tupperwares to organize them that way, put them under the beds and stuff, because that's one thing about this apartment that we don't have, which is excess storage. Like, we have these closets, but they're kind of only for, they can really only fit, like, I don't know, blankets and pillows and that kind of stuff in there. So we haven't had a place to like put our Christmas decorations and other just miscellaneous things like coolers and whatnot. So I had to be very strategic when it came to that sort of organization. This is the guest bathroom in here. Try to be very particular here with the kind of color scheme. So you'll see in a second the back bedroom and the back bathroom. Those, like, the decorations and the colors kind of like correspond and correlate. And they're trying to do the same kind of in here. So got a kind of a darker blue situation going on here, which is again cool, and it's pretty modest, I guess, but it does the job and it matches up with the bedroom in here pretty well. Turning around, this is the big one. This is the living room, which this has been the hardest thing to organize. Again, Farley, he's just lounging right now. Mostly because whenever I would try to organize something in here, it meant kind of taking it and putting it back into another room, and then trying to organize something out here and then bringing it back in here, and then it cluttering up the space even more. But so we have two bookshelves. I'm pretty sure I've shown this before. Sorry, it's a little bit backlit, but this is more for games and books, movies and DVDs and music and all that sort of stuff. This is just kind of like hanging out here right now. But we have our table right here, and then this is kind of like a big project that we have to do next, which is just going to be like our miscellaneous knick-knack shelf and whatnot. And these wands are actually going to be the second part of this video, which you'll have to kind of hang out and see for that. But you can just see I've been known to have a lot of toys and knickknacks and paraphernalia from the parks and whatnot, and we have a lot of pictures that we have together too. So the idea is just to really organize that and just make that a lot cleaner, and kind of put our most special, I guess, things on there for the most part. So it's going to be books and magazines and movies and games, and then it's going to be just our special shelf of just all sorts of that kind of stuff. So this is the living room again. The idea is to put a lot of stuff on the walls in here. I know we just have like a lot of blank walls because the priority's just been getting this where we want it to be, because the table's been over here, this couch has been over there. Everything has just been all over the place, and I think this is kind of like a situation that I think we're committing to right here. And now the big next step is just going to be the wall decorations and stuff. Are you still sitting there, bud? How am I doing? Am I doing good so far? Am I talking too much? Probably. All right, so moving on. This is, again, the living room, kind of backing in through the kitchen. That's a blackboard over there that we can like leave ourselves messages on and whatnot. So I'm gonna go and turn around here. We have a very spacious apartment that I'm, again, very proud of. That's the spare bedroom kind of back over there. And this is the hallway. This is the fridge that I've kind of started to start and end every video on for the most part, because, I don't know, it's a very colorful background to have. We got these rugs, and we're not too committed on the rugs quite yet. Again, same with these rugs, just kind of committing to that color palette for the kitchen. We have a lot of universal posters in here. This is where our washer and dryer is. I put those up a little bit ago. Got a rug in here as well. And then this is the main bathroom that we have in here. And like I said earlier, like the colors in here are meant to kind of correspond with the colors in the bed, like on the bed and there, the bed spread and whatnot. So yeah, got a nice, I guess, a bathroom situation in here. Hello, hope you're doing good. That right there is a fun little device that they're on the side of the toilet. It's like a motion sensor light. So when the light goes off and it detects movement, like it'll like light up the toilet bowl and stuff, which I think is kind of cool. So now moving into the back bedroom, again, probably showed this not very much, similarly to the spare bedroom in there, just because it took a while to kind of get this where we wanted it to be. So, and it's still not there yet. Again, we still have like a lot of blank space on the walls. Put this up on the side here, and that's supposed to kind of correspond with these over here, these drapes. And then this bed corresponds with the shower curtain. For the most part, that's what I'm at least telling myself, just so we have some sort of like a color situation here. So yeah, this is pretty bland for the most part, because again, it looks really, really kind of clean and organized. Most everything is organized like in the closets, you know, or under the bed in these very specific storage bins that we've had to be pretty strategic about. But there we go, there's the dresser, and got the cat trees kind of there in the corner, and then the side tables there on both sides of the bed. And then in both bedrooms, I don't know if you noticed, but I have these kind of lights that I had in my old apartment just because I've always liked how they kind of like just cast this very neutral light around the entirety of the room. You can't tell right now because it's backlit because of this window in here. This is again to look outside at the balcony out there. I have a nice, very nice balcony. And I can't remember if I showed it in the last video, but we put up these kind of curtains here and we put these things on the side here. So it just has like a very kind of like inviting look. Let me go and go outside, I guess, just to kind of show what it looks like outside. Nothing really too crazy. Got a couple plants out here. Got some lights here kind of like strung around. I got this table here that's getting a little bit old, so I may need to get a new kind of patio furniture situation. Still not very committed to these lights out here because they keep falling down because they're kind of heavy, I guess. So may try a different lighting situation, but this is our giant balcony out here. This is the spare bedroom, and then this is the living room again. And this is our view outside. Very nice situation. Let me go back inside here. And that kind of completes the tour. Back here at the table. And then there's the fridge. So that was me stumbling through an apartment update video because it's been kind of a long time since I've updated, I guess, the channel on the status of the apartment. And on behalf of myself and Brendan, kind of collectively, I think we're getting to a place that we're pretty proud of as far as the apartment goes. I know that there's a lot of stuff that we still want to change, maybe, when it comes to, again, like the decor on the walls or like the rugs and kind of the color scheme for each room and the pillows that we have and just all sorts of those kind of more minute, I guess, things. And we're not even completely sold on the stuff that I have put up on the walls because we wanted to try to find a spot for it and see if it works. And if something better comes along, we're definitely going to commit to that. So there's the apartment update that maybe you didn't know that you wanted, but you got it anyway. And it's going to be fun for me to kind of come back and again look at like the different stages of how the apartment looks. So, and especially when it comes to, now we're getting into the Halloween season and then the Christmas season, so I love to decorate for Halloween and Christmas, so that's going to change a little bit as far as the apartment decor goes, but we'll get there, I guess. So now I want to talk about the second part of this video, which I hope I have time for because I still have to make it over to Michael's because it's kind of a craft idea. So you saw on that shelf over there, I have a lot of Harry Potter wands and it takes up a lot of space on that shelf, so I've been wanting to get a Harry Potter wand holder. Not really just a Harry Potter wand holder. I've been wanting to get a holder for my Harry Potter wands. And the other day I got these hooks right here, these little brass hooks. So I think I could like craft something out of this. I want to go to Michael's just to see what they have in terms of wood or something that I could use to mount these wands to, so I could have like a wand holder. That's the idea, so we can like free up that shelf. We could put more knickknacks on it, or we could kind of, I don't know, utilize that shelf a lot better because like I said, there's a lot of stuff that we want to put on that shelf, but we don't want to put too much on it, which we'll get there. So I have about an hour to make it over to Michael's before they close, and I don't want to be that guy that shows up like 10 minutes before they close, so I'm gonna be that guy that shows up like half an hour before they close. Yay, me. So it is entirely possible that the entire time I was talking, I had some toothpaste on the corner of my mouth, and I could utilize this opportunity to promote the mantra that nobody's perfect, but I'm not gonna do that because clearly I just don't have the best hygiene, or I'm impatient, or I just don't know how to have a beard. Also, I had I guess the final visit for my root canal, a process that started about a month ago, my 4th visit to the dentist to get my final crown in, and they numbed my mouth and all that stuff, so maybe it's the residual impact of that. But either way, I made it to Michael's. There it is, and I'm gonna go inside, and I don't know how much time I have, but I think I have about half an hour to go find some stuff to maybe make a craft today, because why not, right? So I've never been in a Michael's, or if I have, it was a long time ago. They have a lot of really cool stuff. There's a lot of autumn choices going on right now. I'm gonna try to find the wood section. Is there a wood section in Michael's? Maybe it's this over here. Maybe I'll just get like a birdhouse or something and then drill holes into it and put wands on it. I'm not gonna do that, but that'd be kind of funny. Okay, so this is definitely the wood aisle, and I've been kind of looking around for a little bit to kind of get an idea of what I want to do. So essentially I do want just like a wooden plaque because I have those brass hooks that I can kind of fasten into the plaque. Something like this would be kind of ideal, but obviously like a lot bigger than that. So there's a lot of birdhouses here. Wow. So I'm looking at something kind of like this right over here. This or this would be like the ideal that I could kind of use to fasten the little hooks into to kind of put the wands across here. I have about 10 wands now, which I didn't know I had that many, but I do. So do I need the bigger one or should I use the smaller one? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. There's not a good like fastening on the back of either of these to kind of like put this on the wall. Let's see, it's hard to pick up. It's also very heavy, and I'm pretty sure that they're like a different material and whatnot. They have a smaller version over here that's probably too small. I definitely do like the amount of options that I definitely have here, and I've been looking at paint over here too to kind of, because I don't just want to have that wooden plaque. So I was looking at this antique bronze that I could kind of paint the wood itself, and then I could kind of fasten those bronze hooks into it and then put the wands on it after it dried, and I did a couple coats on it and stuff. So I'm pretty sure this is kind of what I'm limited to. So I'll look around here and probably decide on one of those down there. Something like this would be pretty ideal, but this is very, very thin, and yeah, I don't think I'd want to go with that, but we'll see. There's a lot of cool stuff in the store. So the store closes in about 5 minutes, and I am really getting into the Halloween mood. I wanted to show off what I got real quick before I check out. So I got 2 of these plaques here, these kind of smaller plaques, and I just got 2 kind of like medium-sized ones instead of 1 giant one. I have some sandpaper to sand it down. I got some mounts to mount it on the wall, and then the paint that I decided to get this pewter paint because this felt like more of a wizarding Diagon Alley kind of color than just brass did, and I felt like the brass hooks with the brass boards may have just been a little bit too much brown. So I think this will kind of like make it like an interesting kind of like a popping color. And then I got this mounting tape for a couple other projects that I have kind of around the house. But this is my little Michael's crafting haul. Now it's time to go home and I guess see if it works. All right, so I made it back home. The sun is starting to set, and I've run into a minor issue. It's not a huge issue, but let me show you. So this is my station here that I've kind of set up to work on my plaques. I need to go get the hooks for the plaques. I thought that I had paintbrushes, like reasonable size paintbrushes, and I went through my entire like organized Tupperware that had all the like the craft stuff, and I swear I had paintbrushes, and all I had were these tiny little paintbrushes. I could have bought a regular size paintbrush for $3, but I was like, nope, I have a paintbrush at home, and I don't. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bunch all these up together and make like a makeshift paintbrush with tiny paintbrushes. But first I need to use this to sand these boys down, and yeah, sand it down. Then I'll put like my first coat of paint on there, and hopefully I can do that while the sun is starting to set. I have some company way over there. Hey Farley. So Farley's for the most part keeping me company right now. Right now the D23 announcements are going on over in California, so I'm getting a recap on everything that was announced. I have my door open and the TV is just kind of on right over there, so while I'm doing my business and hanging out with Farley, I am sanding and painting and educating myself on all the new cool things that are coming to Disney here in the next few years. A lot of cool stuff is announced, a lot of stuff that was speculated on, or leaked, one or the other, but I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Okay, about to get started, I guess, on the painting part of this. Hopefully while the sun is still kind of up so it can dry. So I went inside and I got myself some wine. This is my pewter paints right here, and I have, I don't even know, 6 brushes, 6 teeny little brushes. So let's see if this really does anything at all for me. This is gonna be the process. Maybe I can get like a base coat on here, and then I can go and just buy a better brush. That's probably what I'm gonna do, get that base coat. I like this color. This is like a very pleasant color. It's like dark green with like a hint of blue in it. Is that coming across on camera? I think I already said this, but it's very like Diagon Alley. Hey Farley, how's it going, bud? You just relaxing? He's been my little supervisor this entire process, just hanging out, right bud? Look how orange he looks in the sunset. Orange isn't my favorite color, but Farley wears it very well. So this is my current progress. You can see that it actually kind of worked. I threw the brushes away, but I didn't think I'd have too much success with tiny little paintbrushes, but at least I got kind of a base coat here. And from here I can sand it down a little bit once it dries, of course, and then I can actually get like a really good paintbrush, and then I can finish it off with another coats. So what I'm gonna do, I guess, is just let this dry. I'm gonna go get another paintbrush, and the sun is definitely going down now, so I think I'm gonna continue this on a different day once that paint dries. And then I have these brass hooks, and I'm still very, very proud of this decision here. I think this color really works with these brass hooks, and I still haven't decided if I'm gonna be going like horizontal or vertical with these plaques yet when it comes to mounting the hooks and the wands to them. But for the most part, this is gonna be a pretty fun, pretty simple little project, and I'll keep you guys updated, I guess. I'm loving this color, this pewter color. This wine is also pretty good. It's Moscato. These disappointed me, and I'm sad because, I mean, who even uses paintbrushes this tiny? So I guess that was part one of this project. I didn't think it would take more than one day to do, but I guess it'd probably be the best idea to just spend as much time as possible on it. Oh man, that was sad. But on behalf of myself and Farley, right over there, and this double chin beard, well, this will be continuing in another video, I guess. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Say goodbye, Farley. Goodbye for now. Okay, cool. Yay. He's so cute, isn't he? Hello, and welcome back to my little craft project. So this is the current status of my 2 wand holder plaques. Since the last time I recorded, I actually went out and I got myself a real paintbrush. So that's really good. And I put a second coat on both of these to kind of go and expedite the process a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and sand them down a little bit more and put another coat on them today. And hopefully that third coat is going to be like my final coat, and then I can get into mounting the hooks on there, and hopefully be pretty close to being done. And I have these brackets, these braces right here that I can mount them on the wall wherever I end up putting them. But I'm getting pretty close, and now I just need to put that final coat on there, and I'll have myself some wand holders, I hope. So this is kind of an up-close look at the current status of the plaques and what they look like. They're pretty much done for the most part. I do want to put that third coat on because there's a lot of residual paint drippage kind of on the side of the plaques, and that's why I want to sand it down a little bit. And like there's some paint chips kind of along the bottom and along the top, and where I've laid them down to dry overnight. So that third coat should probably, hopefully, get these plaques to where I want them to be, which is looking nice and slick and sheen. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. This kind of started as like a very casual crafting project, and for me, once I like commit to a project like this, like I want to follow through and make sure that it looks as best as it could possibly, hopefully for the most part, be. And it's been reasonably inexpensive too, from all the supplies I guess I got. This cost probably around like $20, $25, and if I had bought like just one of these online that somebody else made, it was around $60 on one of like the craft websites. So alright, gonna sand this down, paint it, and then I'll be good to go for today until they dry. Hey buddy, you wanna help? Maybe not. He's keeping me company again while I do my painting process. So let's see here, this is kind of hard to do with one hand. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down, I think. Alright, sand it down. I'm ready for that final coat of paints. There we go, I've been doing most of this at night, so getting to actually see what I'm doing during the daytime is definitely helping quite a lot and making an exponential difference. I'm going to go and do this side here, go along the sides, both plaques here, and hopefully get rid of a lot of that residual drippage, because that does not look that good. Once this dries, probably tomorrow, I can go and put on the hooks, or measure the hooks and kind of see what direction how I'm orienting the plaques and how I want the wands to lay on there. I'm pretty excited. This is going to look really, really nice. Alright, I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. And welcome back. What a fun video this has been, from an apartment tour to a crafting project that I didn't know would take this long, but here we are. So I've got the third coat of paint on here. It is dry, and these plaques are looking pretty darn good. I'm actually very, very proud of it. And I went ahead and off camera, I went ahead and like prepared the holes where I plan to put these hooks. Just because it kind of took some time to measure it with my little measuring tape, and I decided to go I guess, landscape versus vertical on here, just to kind of be able to fit more wands on here. And then depending on the weight of the wand, I didn't know if I went this way, if it would teeter in one direction versus the other. So going this way, the holes are ready, as well as the back holes for the mount for the wall. So I guess let's get going here. I have a hammer here and I have a nail, so I can go ahead and start kind of getting these holes a little bit deeper, and then I can actually screw in the hooks, the mounts. So let's do it. You can see the holes here from the measurements that I did earlier this morning, getting ready to prime them with this right here, this nail. I already did this one over here. You can see that they're a little bit more defined over here, so you can go and start nailing this in. Ooh, that is shaking the camera. All right, I'm taking a hook right here. I'm gonna go ahead and insert it into the hole that I primed with the nail. I'm just gonna start twisting it into the plaque. There we go, it's catching. Oh, this is so cool. Sorry if it's shaking the camera a little bit. Wow, and there it is. You see that? That is the first hook for my my wand holder. All right, I'm down to the very final hook. And there it is. Wow. These are both of my wand holders. And they're done, and they look great. All right, now I can go and put the, I guess, the holder on the back so I can hang it up, and then I can get the wands, put them on here, and just see how it looks. Ah. So this is what they look like up close, with the hooks in them and everything. I think they both turned out very, very well as far as how I kind of conceptualized it. And now I'm just gonna flip them over here. I'm gonna go and find that hole that I primed right there. Gonna use the hammer to tap in the nail in there, and then I can go ahead and mount it with this. Okay, and here we go. The mounts for both sides are nice and secure there. Now we can go and flip this over and get my wands and put them on here and see how it looks. So I have 7 different wands from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter that I own personally, and I have enough space for 10 wands, which means my collection can only grow from here, which is something to be super excited about. But I'm gonna go and put these on the wand holder, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. This is so exciting. And there they are. These are my 2 Harry Potter Wizarding World wand holders. I love the color, I love the brass hooks. I love how they turned out, and I'm so proud of them. I love when I can do these little do-it-yourself projects, and they actually turn out really well, and you can see I have room for multiple wands in the future. And I'm just excited to go and hang these up, and I'm finally done with them. This was a multi-day process, and it kind of took a lot of planning and measuring and all sorts of other fun stuff, but they're done and they look awesome, and I'm so proud. All right, so there you go. I think they turned out pretty awesome. I've been wanting to do something with these wands for a very long time, and I'm super proud of how they turned out, and I'm proud that I got to make it myself. And now I can hang these up and be super proud of my wand collection. I can get rid of a lot of the space on my bookshelf in there. And thank you for following along with this project. Thank you for watching the apartment tour and all that fun stuff, just kind of be refreshing how the apartment has come into what it is now. And then this wand project as well. So thanks for watching this video. And I'll see you hopefully soon with some more fun stuff. Maybe not like this, but who knows, maybe like this. See you later. Goodbye.